I'm just saying right now, I'm feeling extra, so this video is gonna be a little bit extra. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, I'm Cheraye. Welcome. If you happen to be returning, you are truly appreciated. Thank you so much, and welcome back. Today, we are talking about spring fragrances. Yes, the days are longer, the nights are longer, and I am feeling something new, something fresh, new beginnings, something new is in the air. And so I'm gonna share some fragrances with you. Can I talk? I'm gonna share some fragrances with you that I've pulled from my collection that I think would be appropriate and beautiful for transitioning from winter into spring. Now these have a little bit more depth, some of them, and then some of them are just so spring ready. If you want to see the fragrances that I do have to share with you today, please continue to watch. Here on this channel, I do cover fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, anything's fabulous and fancy, darling, is what she enjoys talking about. So if that sounds like something that you'd be into, go ahead and consider hitting the subscribe button. Go ahead and press the notification bell. It will notify you every single time there is a video placed on this channel. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, you guys, can we just talk for a minute? You know what I mean? Every now and then I have to pull up and do a 2.5. Well, typically all the time I'm doing a 2.5, but you guys, I'm just feeling some kind of extra way. I don't know. I'm just feeling, I'm always happy. You don't have my days, you know what I mean? Everybody does. But for the most part, I'm typically a happy person, an upbeat, happy person, but I am feeling extremely happy today. And I don't know why. I just feel so blessed. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. And so however I'm feeling, I typically always try and share it with you guys, just so you know the vibe of where I'm coming from. And I am just feeling extremely blessed. I'm looking out of the windows because I just see blessings and opportunities just coming my way. I mean, that's just how I'm feeling, so I'm sharing. Okay, anyways, on to the video. Okay, so I'm coming in no particular order. Like I said, this video is going to be so extra, you guys, because hello, can you just tell she's feeling extra? I'm just feeling extra. I'm feeling good. I'm back on my grind. I'm back in my gym. I mean, do I have to have a reason to feel good, or can I just feel good? I just feel good. If you feel good, hit the like button. If you don't feel good, it's okay. Hit the subscribe button. Keep coming back. I'm all about positive energy, upbeat, motivating, encouraging. That's what we're about over here. Okay, let's go into a fragrance that I think is going to be beautiful for spring, for summer. It's a year-round fragrance, in my opinion, that you can wear. However, I do feel it's going to be extremely pretty, extremely romantic, very sexy coming up this spring. I'm looking forward to wearing it. I wore it in the house. I have not worn it really out of the house. So I'm really looking forward to wearing this out of the house, to brunch, light shopping on my Sundays. And that is this one here. This is by Perfume and Big Beard Business. This is Idola. This is a beautiful fragrance, perfect for date night. It's sexy, it's inviting, it's upbeat, it's effervescent, it's pretty, it's romantic. It is a beautiful woman. If you got dressed for the day and you're thinking, oh my God, I need to reach for something to top off this look. I don't know. I'm looking at all these bottles and most of them are pink. I don't know how that happened. Anyways, this would be something great to reach for. I'm going to touch on notes very briefly because I do have dedicated videos to all of these fragrances that I'm sharing with you today already on the channel. But here in this particular fragrance, we have orange, Italian bergamot. We do have French rose, jasmine. In the base notes, we have some vanilla, some cedarwood, Haitian vetiver, Indonesian patchouli, and it is beautiful. I vouch for this fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everything will be linked for you in the description box below. And just to mention to you guys, I may have discount codes for some of these, so make sure you check out the description box for accuracy, okay? I move on. Another one that is absolutely gorgeous, and I've made a nice size dent in this one, is this one here. And this is by Lancome, and this is called Idola. They do have a new one out right now. It's the intense version, but this is a classic floral. It is beautiful. Jasmine rose, Shapir Court is very long lasting. It is sophisticated. It is elegant. It is classy. Again, a daytime date fragrance to me. If you were going to be going out, if you were going to be with your guy, your boo, your bae, if you were going to go out with girlfriends, if you were going to catch up, things are opening, things are happening, things are changing. This would be something to reach for. Take it off, spray it, feel classy, sophisticated, elegant, a step above, you know what I mean? And spring out for the day. Oh my gosh, this is just so good. This was a love at first sniff, and I highly recommend it. If you have not had a chance to get a whiff of it, I highly recommend it. You know what I always say, start with the sample if you can. But this one right here, I really don't feel you can go wrong. The longevity on me is a beast. Very, very long lasting, huge projection, leaves a sillage, fills the room. This fragrance right here can just get it. I move on. I wouldn't even be able to call it spring if I didn't talk about this particular fragrance. This is a beautiful white floral, very heavy on the tuberose. It is just a gorgeous flower fragrance in my opinion. Every time I talk about this fragrance, I say that it reminds me of the botanical garden, them taking all of the flowers that were in the garden and then stuffing them into one bottle and creating a fragrance. And that is none other than Gucci Bloom. If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, I talk about this fragrance all the time. It is powdery, it is honeysuckle, jasmine, ragoon creepers. It's just beautiful. If you have not had a chance to get a whiff of Gucci Bloom, I highly recommend it. It is very rose, I will say that, but it's not an old stuffy rose, and I make mention of this all the time. It's very classy, it's very sophisticated, it is very I would just say like an elegant rose, you know what I mean? It's just like you have arrived, you've been there, you know how to act, you know what salad fork to choose when you're at the dinner table, you know how to put one leg in front of the other when you're walking, and you're commanding but not demanding. There's a difference. Hello, hit the like button if you know, you know. You guys, I can't be bothered to understand what's wrong with me today. I can't. Sometimes I just get in these ways and I just go with it. So go with it. Another one that I've spoke to you about before recently here. This one is the epitome of spring right now. It is a quintessential type fragrance to have in your collection. Doesn't have to be this one, but something along this realm would be amazing for heading over into spring. And this one here is by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is a la Rose, and it looks like this here. I have a different size here. This is some of the newer sizes that they came out with. It's a beautiful fragrance, lychee accords, rose oil, peony. It's just very, very beautiful. When I reference this fragrance here, I oftentimes tell you that this reminds me of a very wet type of rose. You're going to the nursery, or you're going to the, what was it called again? Oh God, the farmer's market, right? And you're at the farmer's market and somebody has just brought the roses out and they're like in a bucket and they're still kind of wet. They've got the plastic on them and everything. And that's what this smells like. This is the epitome of spring to me. When I think of spring, this is just something that I would think of. Maison Francis Kurkdjian a la Rose. It is a gorgeous fragrance. It does have a nice sillage. It does have a nice longevity. It is a lighter fragrance. It is not going to be very heavy. It is not going to project extremely loud, but it's beautiful. If someone stood, you know, in close proximities of you and you sprayed kind of heavy, they would definitely get a whiff of you and you would just smell like a very beautiful woman. I move on. Another one that is simply gorgeous. It's the ginger note for me, okay? That one is this here, and this is Tuile de Hermes. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's a white floral, a warm, spicy, citrus, woody, tuberose, ginger. Like I said, a beautiful fragrance. This is really nice in spring, summer. It could be worn year round. I wear it year round, but it does perform really nicely in spring. And the reason why I really like this is because this is something that has a little bit of depth to it. Even though it's a spring fragrance, it has a little bit of depth to it. It's very warm. So I, really love a warm, sexy, spicy type of fragrance. And that's exactly what this fragrance is giving me. If you have not had a chance to get a whiff of this, I highly recommend it. There is another one called Provie or Provie. It's another one that looks just like this. That one is really good too. That also would be amazing for spring. However, I chose this one. This was the one that I really gravitated towards, so this is what I chose. And this is Tuile de Hermes. Honestly, guys, you cannot go wrong with this fragrance. It is beautiful. I move on. Another one here is new to my collection, and it is from the house of Michael Malou. This is a beautiful fragrance. Now, this Typically, when I first reviewed this fragrance, I was like, oh my God, because I typically don't go for fragrances like this because they are so light and they are so, you know, spring-ish, and they don't have the hot and the spicy and the oud and the leather and all that other stuff that I love. But there is a time and place, and as I have been spending more time in the house, I'm like, this is really a beautiful fragrance. And so I am back to say there is a time and place, and this is the time for this particular fragrance. This is called Bloom. It looks like this here. I have a discount code for this one in the description box below, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in this one. But this is beautiful. This is a romantic spring summer fragrance. Not a whole lot of notes, not very complex. It does exactly what you would think it would do when it's up to when it comes to spring. It is gonna grab your attention. It is very romantic, it's kind of flirty, it's kind of playful, it's got pear, peony, and jasmine. It is just a beautiful fragrance. Very heavy in the jasmine department, but not to the point where it's too sweet or cloying or anything like that, because it does have some fresh notes in there as well that just makes it a very beautiful fragrance. I am totally looking forward to oh, this is good. I am totally looking forward to rocking this all spring and summer. Like I said, this can be worn spring or summer. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I do have a full dedicated review to this fragrance on my channel if you want more in-depth details. I move on. I don't know how all these fragrances have like rose in them. Like, girl, you guys, I am looking for the perfect rose fragrance. I don't know, just being home and playing with fragrances and going through my collection and everything like that, I have really become a huge lover of rose. And I love the way that I have found it to be done in so many different ways. I love when it's paired with oud. That's really sexy. I love when it's paired with like Turkish rose. I love like how it's done inside of Delina, fragrances like that. I do love how it's done in Ala Rose. It's just so different. But right now I'm on the hunt, and I have a few orders coming in. So I'll be coming back with another spring video, a few more. This isn't it. Trust me. But I am looking for a bright, airy, what would you say, like uplifting, upbeat type of rose fragrance. So I'm on the hunt for that, but I'm gonna keep you posted. But this one here is from Narciso Rodriguez. This is for her. That is this one here. This is another beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Rose, warm floral, warm spicy musk. It's fresh, it's flowery, it's powdery. It's just a beautiful fragrance. This too is very long lasting. I think Narciso Rodriguez does fragrances extremely well. I have many of his fragrances, and it just works. I picked this up at a steal, I believe at the Nordstrom's rack. I don't know if it was last year, I don't know. Last year seems like 2 years. Oh my gosh, this is good. This is beautiful. Yeah, like I said, pink flowers, pink peppercorns, woody, amber, patchouli. It's a beautiful, long-lasting fragrance. If you're looking for something ultra feminine, this would be a great way to go. This is something that you can have in your collection. Somebody calls you up and say, hey gal, what are you doing? And you're like, oh my God, I was just sitting at home. And they're like, well, let's meet up. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of already dressed. Just let me grab my keys. And then before you reach out, or before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, you would just grab something like this and just spritz it on. You would smell inviting, you would smell pretty, you would smell feminine, you would smell dainty, you would smell like a woman. Okay, is it sexy? Oh my gosh, have I said any of these are sexy? This is on the rim of being sexy. Yes, it could be, but you know how I like my sexy, right? So it's okay. It's okay for a first or second date. Now, if we've been together for a minute and I'm trying to tell you something, this is not what I'm reaching for, but it is beautiful, but I have to be honest. Okay, I move on. Another one, of course I wouldn't even do this video if I couldn't have her in here. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? That is Chanel, and this is the EDP. This is not the EDT, this is Chance au Tendre. This is the EDP. Citrus, it's powdery, it's a fresh spicy, it's beautiful, it's elegant, it's classy. The thing that I love most about this fragrance here is just that it makes me happy. This is a mood changer. This uplifts me. This makes me happy. This is Chanel Dorling. Need I say more? But this is just beautiful. If you don't have this in your collection, I highly recommend it. This was released in 2019. There was already an EDT. And that particular one I had at one point, but I did not want to replace it. But then when they came out with the EDP and I got a whiff of it, I was like, oh, okay, I really like this one. I find it to have a little bit more depth. I find it to have a little bit more, it's a little bit more interesting to me. It does a little bit more, it's a little bit more sexy. It makes me happy. It's more inviting. It has a little bit of it has a little kick to it, and I like that, okay, and a lot. So here is this one here. Oh yes. Oh my God, I already have so many amazing memories with this. Maybe that's why I'm smiling. Yes, this is so good, you guys. If you just want to smell classy, I get this, a white, something like this, or maybe just a collar white shirt, something like that. Maybe a pinup do. You didn't really want to do your hair. You didn't want to feel like fussing with it or anything. Maybe some earrings that dangle, or maybe some hoops, and you just put on some slides because, you know, it's relaxed. We're doing a relaxed vibe. We're not going out doing the most. When is she not? But I'm just saying, those days that you just don't feel like it, this is something you would just spray on, and your fragrance would do the most for you. You're going to smell rich. You're going to smell luxe. You're going to smell inviting. You're going to smell like, ooh, okay, do you get sexy from that, girl? Oh, that was the question. Let's see here. First or second date, right? First or second date. I'm nice. I'm laughing at your jokes. I don't really think you're that funny, but okay. You know, it's one of those. It's one of those. We've talked about that lady on the channel before. This is one of those. But is it a hard hitting? Oh my gosh, like, dare you say more? Like, come on. No, it's not one of those. It's not that kind of sexy, but it is beautiful. And I'm looking forward to wearing this spring too as well. And that is it. Oh my God, I thought I had more. I was ready to keep going. I so enjoyed talking to you guys. And that is it. Oh my gosh, I thought I had more fragrances to talk about, but that is it. I believe I only had 8 today. I will be back. I'm breaking it up. I have a ton of spring fragrances, summer fragrances, so I'll be breaking them up and I'll be back with more. But these are really beautiful from transitioning from winter going into spring. That wouldn't be too different, but they just add an effervescent, like upbeat, happy, positive mood, positive vibe. I mean, you're gonna have to do some of the work. The fragrance can't do it all, but I'm just saying these are very happy fragrances, and they just uplift me. They brighten my mood, and so I wanted to share those with you. You guys, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by my channel today. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. No, I cannot stop smiling. I am happy. God has been better than good to me, okay? If you can relate, hit the subscribe button. If you can relate, hit the like button. In honor of Women's History Month, I am wishing you all a beautiful month, beautiful year, beautiful life, whatever it is the case. If you feel like sharing something down below on how an influential woman has changed your life, please do so. I do have a giveaway going on the channel right now. In case you missed that video, I will say it right here, though I said I wasn't gonna say it. I'm not going to tell you all the details. I'm going to just leave it right there, because then that wouldn't be fair to the people who already seen that video. But in case you haven't seen that video, I'm just letting you know that there is a video. All right. Until next time, guys, you know the drill. Be blessed, stay fit, stay fabulous, but more importantly, wear your mask and stay safe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.